Alright, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a good one. Let me move this a little closer. Woo! There we go. Okay, so day 1, part 2. Back to do some main scenario. I think my goal is I want to do this, the other branching quest, so for the Pelu Pelu. And I guess we'll just kind of see and hope that this doesn't take longer than like 3 hours. But we're just gonna get straight into it. See if we can do this one, and then I guess see where we're heading tomorrow. So let's just, without any further ado, get straight into it. The llamas. Not the llamas, alpacas, even. I've been waiting for what feels like days and eaten enough of Brookhaven's tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urkopacha, we depart from the Arch of the Dawn and then take the road west at the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? It is indeed the way to Urkopacha. I'm going to say this differently every single day until someone verbally says it, and then probably still get it wrong. After the damage wrought by the most recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. It's gonna be alpacas, isn't it? Don't worry, I have a plan. It's alpacas. Calm yourselves, friends. I have an idea. You will ride an alpaca. Oh, which ones do you have bigger? Oh, is that the succubus one? Sorry, I've made my alt into a female Hrothgar, and I've been figuring out if I want her to have her teeny ears or horns. It's absolutely the alpacas. Alright, alpaca day it is. Carl, thoughts on the alpacas? Oh my, these fluffy babies are mounts. Alize, thoughts? The Pelu Pelu, all being small, is confusing enough, but those masks make it almost impossible to tell men from women, let alone guess at their age. Oh my god, it's like the dwarves all over again. Talking to a Pelu before we departed was a wise decision. I, for one, would rather not breach a treacherous, slippery trail on foot. Coward. The beasts are sure-footed, that's for certain. Ugh, why did it have to be alpacas? Alpacas. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Ayosha? Alpacas are native to Yoctorol. Ayosha has its chocobos, and the Eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill-suits its qualities, and where it is not needed anyway? I mean, if we need wool, we've got Karakul. But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small, and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience may find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. So, was my information useful to you? Yes. Very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good. I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefits both parties. Here you go. A fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with a third, promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I should be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself, remember? Calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Okopacha, then that's what we'll do. Alpacas. Once again, I'm just kind of here in the background to go, yeah, you're doing great. I would love to see how they run. Did they bounce? Because I've seen alpacas chase. They chase the feedback.
The poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea.
Ooh.
Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time.
Urkopacha.
Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
I should really be apparently rolling my R's. My R's more. And we already know Big Bird is going to escape that mountain at some point.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
I'm sorry, Som-Al? Since when are we calling it Som-Al instead of Som?
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
There's a big bird in the... Snake. Bird. Snake. Worm.
Oh, do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk-Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places.
It's another Hrothgar.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpelo.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
You don't sound very convinced. You've been swindled.
But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
No, you have a name, which means you're important. Actually.
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Which means that Alphino should absolutely not speak to any of them because he is terrible with money. He will lose it all. We're about to own an alpaca ranch.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliola. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
I feel like they will. I feel like he will also be lured into spending way too much money.
Watchun Pelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Turns left. Ah, dang it, I've lost. Oh, we can attack the alpacas. Alpaca next to the weird honey badgers. Alright, let's go. Alphino, thoughts? I feel the change in altitude most keenly. While mayhap not to the same degree as the Sea of Clouds, the air is decidedly thin here. I can see more buildings down the path Bolnok was taking. I wonder what's over that way. The palace crowds were more supportive of her brothers, but Clamat's peaceful politics do have their quiet adherents, I see. This is it. Watchun Pelo, home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. Oh no, she's talking to a merchant. Someone stop her. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with a future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady. That's right. Come, Third Promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a step away. Finest lady? I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose you couldn't... A quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Erenval, when did you... Ah, shit. Ona from far off Zuktral. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. Cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of a quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuk Tamal fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Erenville's words of caution. Especially you. I like how... I feel like Alexan, my boy, both like, especially you. Let me do the talking. There's a reason why I have a horde of gil. All these houses and buildings made to Pelu Pelu size. And mine too, come to think of it. They're just tiny elephants, that's the real answer. Mystery solved. It would seem the Pelu Pelu are also partial to coffee. Gross. Look, the matter is lucky to have Erenville. Everyone, royalty especially, needs a friend unafraid to chide them when the need arises. I swear I let her out of my sight for one moment. Traders of happiness. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kral, Alize and I shall speak with the merchants. Walk them out that you and Erenville might try approaching travelers and passers-by. Ixir, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should you learn aught of use, let us relate to the third promise. I get to wonder. Freedom! Freedom! It's 56 yalms south. It's very close. Do I care enough? Not really. We walk. Distillery, so alcohol. You've had enough. The Dawn Servant Selector. Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care for who sits the throne as long as they keep Tural peaceful. We would tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. Oh, right, yes, you were asking questions about the Selector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. I feel like if I don't keep an eye on all of them, I'm just gonna lose Gil. Put my hand in my pocket. Oh no! Alpaca. Gemstone. More alpacas. Impatient porter. Alexis, oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoral Ja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column potentially. So many new trading opportunities spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zoral Ja or his policies. Well, way to be a dick. I could help you, but fuck you. Mablu. Hello there, I am Mablu. Did you have a question for me? You're also wearing a slightly different color, which means you're important. Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpaca before you leave, though. Oh, and be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. Happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving me proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He notices everything that happens on this ranch. We must find this Tobley. He's our man. Eventually. Hopefully. Maybe. Right. Well, Clement, I have information for you. Also, what have you done with Erenval? You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobli is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the Alpaca Ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. Once again, what did you do with Erenval? He was supposed to be keeping an eye on you. There's Clement. With Mablu again. That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. No, not to say that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobli? Tobli? Oh, yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is he part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobli often mentions his most favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Ha! So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobli a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone who you might think might be Tobli. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great. We can meet back here to share our impressions. Is the favorite pungent subject going to be spit? Well, we know it's not you. Well, obviously I'm not Tobli. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobli is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. A visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Is it the alpaca? For ranch hand. You think I might be Tobli? Haha, well maybe I am. All I would say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I think it's the first guy at the moment. He was the one who talked about spit. Am I Tobli? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the right of succession then? I see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. Who was the first one I spoke to? Diligent? Ah, the worker so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobli, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobli, head rancher of the Huachupelo, and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gululajaja's chosen electors. told you it was all about the spit. Aha! In a place featured in the Tuliolal saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Toby. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here. What a pity, what a pity.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
That was not the voice I was expecting. I was expecting something, but not that.
Right. Not hard at all.
Wow. Way to really sell that. Oh, hello. You've decided to show up to this one.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
You're Tobli.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed.
I mean, he kind of just intimidated your fellow ranch hand just over there.
With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Okay.
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Okay.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
He's gonna bust out, I want a specific alpaca that lives on top of the mountain and has like golden fleece.
Bring out the example!
Okay. Cute. Well behaved. We love it.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, third promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
It seems a little dramatic.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Why did she sound so excited?
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
You okay?
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the
Buddy's
creatures
just
dwell.
gonna... Sorry, Buddy, totally. But Zoro Jar is just gonna go out there, probably lift one up and carry it back. Terrify it.
And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with their catching.
Okay, we just stand off to the sidelines, go! You got this!
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Good luck, we'll climb out.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Okay, they said allies can't help. They didn't say anything about locals. Just pay one of the locals to go and do it for you.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
And now you get to chase after one on your own. Good luck.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Hi, where have you guys been?
Are you alright, Orclamart? We thought we heard you scream.
You did.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Arabelle.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I know I've got to go and find an alpaca. Nope, someone's riding a bird. Nope, Arabelle. Oh, sorry, Corral, thoughts? So, this is our sought after Elector? It's a remaining calm was key, but the same rules don't apply to all alpacas. Judging by the volume of Wuklamant's scream, alpaca expectoration must have a nasty odor indeed. I'm content to remain ignorant of the smell. Sharing is caring, Alpha no. Zoro puts me in mind of Garlemald's own exalted son. Of the two, though, Xenos was undeniably more arrogant. Xenos just wanted a friend, though. I had to go wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me? Just to make sure. Stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. Sorry, I'm not sniffing you. As Wuklamat helped demonstrate, the valley alpacas are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one would not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten? We are clan of merchants. If you want a taming saddle, you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel. In the thousands column. Yeah, that's about right for saddles. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting skill that comes to around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we will pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money. Somehow. In that case... the basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel. In the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you find something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. It started with a paperclip. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million, so we're looking for 100 times more. Oh, right, I got it confused with Alphina's million gil. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But they just... oh, I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu, I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you a saddle then. There, promise. I don't know why... oh god. Kick the mic. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although, Ixir, I think you should stay with Wuklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. Bold. In that case, you should also hold onto the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Ixir anyway. They're better to keep my hands free. Oh, yeah. Free wool. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his words. There's an alpaca on the run.
He's about to make a break for it.
Alpaca on the loose. Oh no. Whee. Okay. It's the artisan who makes our taming cells. Is it really possible to make 100 times what that wool is worth through just trading? Hey, someone did a house recently. Paperclip to a house. And then it all went tits up afterwards, but point is, paperclip to a house. Oh, the mysterious music. Hello. Hi. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. Saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What does a saddle maker have for wool? What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this could barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at the day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal. Aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who'll see my business prosper. Zoral Jah will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. I hate them all. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wiklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. And what about you, Mablu? Aren't you one of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokyu ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn servants, keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Then I guess I better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal a saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Aren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuliola on the line. I'm pronouncing that different every single time. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. The clothing guy. The clothing guy. Oh. Of course, the weaver. Bolnok was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to that road where we first met him. Dun, 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 dun. Trade him for cloth. Trade the cloth or... It's either going to be cloth or actual clothes. Trade that on. Look at these alpaca. Boop. Hi. This is the spot. After Bolnok talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then it's probably going to Ikovlos, the inn. Most visitors to Wachunpelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? God, I'm having so much trouble with these names. Cool. Can I have that basket, Ixia? And thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bolnok, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? I promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is about? I see, so the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal? Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Hooray! Peace in Tural, what allows me to freely cross into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that the one pledged to preserve the peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Ooh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch a 5 pel in the hundreds column. That is very generous, Bokno. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you could double your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Ixia remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental nope, I was right. Precepts of trading. One which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now, let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Ixia. You take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erenvel would never let me hear the end of it. All set? Our next deal is waiting to be found. So we're looking for someone to sell a poncho to. We're gonna get one. It's gonna be bad trade. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So, where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamuja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamuja, who soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So, even if they have bared shoulders, Mamuja carrying arms could be struck from the list. Oh. Even though every single one of these is a Mamuja. Ah, he's got a weapon. That Mamuja is armed. Could be a Dopro courier. I've seen them flying their wivers. And those types aren't fond of excessive clothing either. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Ooh, we might have a winner. Ho there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, well, there was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by a beast on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliolal, and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now, look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be a perfect replacement for the coat I lost. Would you be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade? For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, the heft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh-ho, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful, a fine garment such as this should put me on even fitting with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad am I to have met you. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We shall take our packers. These ones will be the calm type, right? Hooray! Money go up. Bum, 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 bum. But I'm recognizing that toolmaker is a potential customer. If you have a mind to change professions, you make an excellent merchant. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. I'm sorry, the fuck are you guys? With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Sorry, I need to look a little closer. What the hell are these things? Ah! I'm sorry, I wanted to have a look. I wasn't sure we were. I was being nosy. You're actually a new model. Okay. Sorry. I've finished harassing local wildlife. Ready to go? Let's mount up. And it's off to the maid fields we go. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You'll be fine. These ones are accustomed to people. I still don't trust them. You have a knack for riding, no matter what you say. Without our alpaca friends, we Pelu would never have become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking the whole way across Torao? I swear, that mountain is too tall to be real. Woko Zomar? Wasn't that the name? A forbidding sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. You have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to the Yokyu. So, Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession? You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just, I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be proof I can do this after all. In that case, you best get ready to be a merchant. Don't promise that. In we go. We made it, without a single smelly incident. And send the alpacas back to the inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawntrail, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobli took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them. Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head lecher's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mace harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wuklamat's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Promise and let's go get to bargaining. Here, take this hatchet. You have that little axe for me? Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Oh well, Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor-sharp edge of this exceptional tool will make light work for your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. Sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column. Same price as the hatchet. The deal would bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Blue, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Oh, we've whisked the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on our connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worth a consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. Sorry, I stopped reading and just clicked through that. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Will Clement. That is why I am prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Corona's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the field. Then we can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales? How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you'd like, Mabu. Nixie and I have mate together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Right. Harvesting, harvesting. That's 3. Sorry, I just came up, stared at this, kind of dozed for a half second and went, oh. I just want to finish the Pelu Pelu area. Stay awake, stay awake, stay focused, stay awake. We need to get this area done. Ooh. You've brought me some leaves then? An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions though. Don't let me down, guys. I did it fine. We've brought, here, we've brought to our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now, it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of labor, the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a sack full of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate. Bought at the shop, one sack of those leaves will cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Okay, thoughts on how to proceed? Blue? What's wrong? As I was saying before, even after everything Toby's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. And then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How could I expect Toby to accept my decision then? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace and become Dawn's servant. Wow, I'm having so much trouble reading this. Okay, take it from the top. I seek to follow my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Toby had the same opinion. So talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. Confidence. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We need to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel. No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargaining our way into double the value. Think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you for the promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koana and Zoralja? I mean, of course I am. Nope. That was my brain just skipping. This does make sense. Hey, I mean, of course I am. I'm Wukla to the Dawn's promise, after all. Why do I look so disappointed, though? I'm disappointed in myself. It's late. I'm kind of falling asleep. Wuklamachi is holding her own. A premium deal, alright. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erenvel's point. Ready then? Our next step is the Mezcal Distillery. Distillery. I'm not. We're teleporting. I'm not walking that far again. Okay, distillery. I want to speak with a man by the name of Gobli. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we would convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to the people here in the distillery, Ixia, perhaps Wuklamet could do the same with the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north and see what I can learn. Ready, set, break! Why are you hiding back here? What are you up to? Goblin might be a dead hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of Sunpunch. There's not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you what Gobley's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the workers it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if they can't keep making the thing they love. Okay, so we need to go beat up some monsters. Got it. Not talking to you. Me? I'm a chief from Tuliolo. I often come here to buy Gobi's mezcal. The finest in Tyrol, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree with whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Also might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Okay, we can get him pissed. Operation Get That Pelu pissed. What am I doing here? Am I here? Am I supposed to be here? Where am I supposed to be? Over here. Oh my god, I hate this. I'm gonna have so much trouble finding this. Why am I having trouble? Oh, because it didn't look as though it was there. Right, found it. And so, what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobley is working. There's a milestone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You can go on ahead and I'll bring Book Clement. Sorry, I keep zoning out and then just running face first and stuff. Jesus Christ, I'm out of it. I really am out of it. But we're pushing through regardless. Let's go... Gobley. Gobley? Gabley. You have business with me, sir. Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? I was about to ask what the alpaca is doing, but he's actually turning the, distillery. Now what's this about? Keep it brief if you would, I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have pale, but we can offer a sack of maple leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Maple leaves are all well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and have a chat over a while over a cup of mezcal? Do it. Do it. Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers. Oh, will we go, Chief? Nope. Chef is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like made tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Aha, you're right, absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my hoobie-goat friend, but did not realize that I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we offer them the culling of monsters causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery imaginable fame. Or immeasurable fame, even. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling for the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity, if I can secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunsha. It would be a great shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. I've got a hat in my pocket. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for the court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnok, and his works are highly regarded in Tudiolo. As a supporter of Waklamat and keen observer of Polis politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. There's certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Now, hit him with the beast culling! I say, aren't there monsters running amok in the agave jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to the trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Ixia and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnok. The village you're looking for just north of Wachunpelo. Be safe. Nope, she's gone on her own. There she goes. I won't need to kill anything. Wooklamap will have done it. Right, where am I going? North. North this way. Where are monsters? Up. Up. Maybe up. No, up. That should be Agave Jaws just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you're done. Once you are finished clearing out your share of the pests. Should really get my chocobo back out. You're mine. Oh, next. Next. And on to the third one. And another one. Let's go. Oh. Compared to the creatures I've hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Mablu the stack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Am I lazy? Yes. Right. Finished already? Even hard mercenaries would have taken longer. Right. Those monsters were no trouble to you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Getting very distracted by everything right now. Which is bad. Nothing wrong with the story, I'm just tired. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Bolnock as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, the third promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Excellent trade. Right, let's get the saddle. We'll Clement in the saddle. Even at the palace, I don't think I've ever held a 10,000 pill jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Can you imagine if we dropped in and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. Could you imagine, though? We drop it, start again. It's all timed. This is it, the trade we've been working towards. Phew, still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. All you gotta do is be like, hey, the thing, gimme. Get your tools ready, saddler. We've brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing... a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an inspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant, but Zoral, Jean, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wildpacker is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it. The saddle is ours. And to think we started out with only a 100 pale basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you, it makes me glad to hear you say that, I promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Right. Now, Wuklamat just has to go out and catch an alpaca all by herself. Good luck. Alpha, no! We're back. How you doing? You've acquired the saddle, then? Yes, and thanks in no small part to Malblue. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our well-born friends so you can practice. I know. There's something I need to learn. Oh, whoops. You do need to learn. How to face your fears. The alpaca. It senses your fear. Deep down. Great sunken gods, I did it. Oh, cute. The heckler looks too small. Yeah, they seem bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Wuklamat's touch. That's because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only noticing that now. Zoralja, he's back. I knew someone was gonna find a fucking golden one. Having done exactly what he set out to do. The alpaca he's brought. Is it just me or is it glowing? For tales of such a beast, they say the golden alpaca lives in solarity. Lives a... Really? Oh. Wow. Lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its battles. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wuklamat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the first to find the Golden City, and then Taral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the peoples must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join the founding of Tuliolal all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I've seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose. The rebellions it spawned and the ruins it left behind. The Gallian Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over or with the threat of force alone. That is why Gulul Jara did not elevate the Mamuja, where he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. It would unite not only Tuliolol, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. There they go. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even Koana. It's like we're not even family. He probably doesn't see you as it. He probably sees you both as an encroachment into his territory, since he's the biological child and you're both adopted. I'll ponder Zoral Jar and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle, I practice how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Orun Kanka is northwest here. Come everyone, even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wuklamat off on our hunt. We're all gonna wave, just like bye! Where am I actually going? No, further up. Okay. Little dudes that look like little dinosaurs. And coffee grounds. Wild. keep going, there's my crowd. Elfina, thoughts and prayers. How deep do you think the valley is? I just glanced over the edge on the way here, but the mist was too thick to even speculate. I've never set foot beyond this point. The valley is said to be home to fiends far more ferocious than speeding alpacas. Orun Kankar is a steep and treacherous place, so only those with the head ledger's blessings are permitted to go in there. Zorla Shah may have caught his alpaca first, but that doesn't mean Woodclamat is out of the running. She can do this. Sorry, Carl. Mobla's right. The least we can do is let Woodclamat know we're cheering for her. I can do this. I know I can. I should just be able to, yeah, do that. You got this, girl. We believe in you.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it.
You'll be fine. Believe.
Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it.
Unfortunately, you have to.
But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
Good luck, Woodclamat. There she goes. Oh, there she really goes.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Woodclamat is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
You okay, Ironbow?
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Why am I doing it? Buddy, I normally just sleep on the floor. I don't know how to pitch a tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
I mean, yes?
What's a gleaner?
Him.
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shak Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
Personal reasons, not telling.
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian.
See, I just want to know, Vera Lore-wise, whether they have the same idea where it's like, you leave the forest, you're gone for good.
As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
Once again, still think he's related to the Golden City. I'm starting to wonder, just based off that, whether his mentor is the mysterious lady we've seen in, like, oh, art for the Dawntrail.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking. And I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City.
I don't think the twins do. The twins were here to sort of see how different cultures interact.
Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
I'm glad we've had this bonding session. Meanwhile, Wooklamat is out there fighting for her life with alpacas. Also, we only had one bag and it was Erenvel's.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Nope, you'll wait.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Probably. She got an alpaca. Why are you shaking your head?
I did it.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Hooray! Another task done. I'm so relieved the Third Promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Look at that alpaca in the picture. She's like, yeah. Wooklamat still seems a bit unsteady on her feet, hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know, we'll melt away fatigue like magic though. Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time, and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mabu so wisely suggested, we should set a slower pace for our exhausted Third Promise. Do I have to walk you back? No, absolutely not. Right, later losers, I'm teleporting. Right. Alpaca, found. Keystone, give. Quickly hop, hoppity hoppity hop. Hello. Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea then. Wooklamat can't be that far behind. Ooh, the tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable with around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, I promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking. A valley of alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it! Although, I couldn't find a shiny one like Zorolja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Gulul Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's story, so. Look them all. Da-da-da. Alpaca army. It was before the founding of Tudiolol, in a time where the mountain giants, the Yokhu, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Gulul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by his imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yokhu in stature and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet, Gulul Jaja showed no inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated that what their visitor decided to do next. Gulul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu from the Yokhu's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye among our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So, it was that a few words from Gulul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. God, ability to read at 2 in the morning, non-existent. God dang, I haven't learnt from the last time we did this expansion deal. I've never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pelu spoke of in that way before. Saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gulul Jaja sought a chauffeured guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, I promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Moblu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in the true Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your siblings could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. I know they're stone, but both times they've pulled one of these keystones out, I just want to eat it. It seems like it'd be like a heart, like candy. That one looks like it would taste like strawberry. Five more to go. You're well on your way, third promise. Would have been lost without you, Mablu. And thanks to you, I've learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Buklamat. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards was reading the right, to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. I can't cry this time in the morning. Thank you, Tobli. What did I tell you, Mablu? There's one last thing I can help you with there, I promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yakyu. They once ruled over far more than just Okopacha and Pelu Pelu, and the Pelu Pelu even. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Dawntrail and all of its peoples. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakyu have to tell us? All the places they didn't find it? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated? We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, Kral, I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we finished with the feats, how did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Dawntrail around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time our grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mabu? Right then. That's 2 killstones down. I say we head back to the YOLO and plan our next move. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. This attempt at her accent is falling apart as I speak. She's a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought up a golden packet to heal. But you've heard Zoralja's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating. Terrifying, even. Whereas I've grown to love Wukam Lamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right. You might be right. Right. Hello. Oh, sorry, Carl. Hi. I did hope we would find the lead on the earring mystery so quickly. Right, book them up. Feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales behind Zoralja and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've all been so supportive, but I want to be strong and wise like my brothers, to be a promise that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on about things. Let's move on. Back to the place with us, and the contest is hardly begun. And back we go. Is this closer? It is absolutely closer. Girl. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing that well. We can only hope. Okay. I know this was a short stream and only 2 hours, but I'm actually gonna call it though. Partially because I'm kind of falling asleep. Because I've been up for too many hours. But also just because I want to try and do each stream like one little section. So my only goal for this evening was to do the Pelu Pelu. And we've done that. Even if I did need to fall asleep a couple of times, it's fine. We got through the Pelu Pelu. So, on that note, that's what I'm gonna call it for the evening. My very tired evening. We're gonna call it there. Tomorrow we will see where this quest goes, see where we go on from there. I'm hoping I get a dungeon soon. This quest is 71, so I'm hopeful. Hopefully. Hope. Yeah, on that note, I hope you have a good morning, day, afternoon, evening, night. I'm not gonna say I hope this was entertaining because I'm sure there was a lot of dead air where I was just kind of dozing and not doing anything and on screen walking into walls, ledges, holes. So yeah, I just hope you have a good morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever that will be. And yeah, I'm gonna take myself off for a sleep before I get up and do all of this again tomorrow. So yeah, see you guys.